Hi everyone, we're gonna break down my Sonic Emerald Hill Zone cover. It's a Tee Lopes attempt, and we're gonna just listen to the audio and then we're gonna break down what I did. Also, before we start this, I just want to tell you guys that I did turn off all the effects because it's kind of CPU heavy. If I put them all on and also record this video. So, alright, let's go. And just loops there. Alright, so let's start from the top maybe. The brass. Let's see if this is... Alright, so obviously it's a cover, so the composition isn't mine. But almost all these instruments are Korg 4 collection, except the brass and some of the bass. But this is Session Horns Pro. I did use the performance patch just because it was kind of convenient. The important thing here is that these high notes, if you put them on pretty high velocity, it's going to be it's just going to be like too much, basically. Especially these long notes, they sound kind of wonky and weird, in my opinion. So that's the reasoning why I put them like this, and I thought it sounded nicer. Especially when I did master it and everything, I was like, because I actually did this cover like 3 times, I think, or like the same project, and it never sounded good until I did this. Obviously you can mess around, like in the beginning they're pretty loud, but then this part was just too much when I had the high velocity. By the way, we're gonna go instrument by instrument. The bass. And then it just loops there. But the bass is actually 3 layers. The first one is the Scarby pre-bass amped fat, and this is a contact library. I think probably if I write, I think it's one of these ones. And besides that, I got this M1 fretless bass. I love the tone of that bass. I just messed around. I didn't, when I wrote this, I wasn't like, yeah, I want these 3 basses. I just wanted it to make, I wanted the bass to stand out, basically. We also got also notice that I do play around with the volume. Like this is a lot lower. I'm sorry, I just put it back. A lot lower than these two, but I do just send them to one channel here. And this is Chipson, the MD bass. I just scroll and pick whatever I want, basically. I got a lot of basses from different Sega Genesis tracks. But yeah, that's the bass. It's been so long since I composed this track, so I don't even remember everything I did. It's been like 3 weeks, maybe 1 month. The intro also has this thing here. And that's just to add a different color in the intro. We got, I'm gonna see if I can. M1 pure lead. Right? We also got this piano. This is the house piano of M1. That's a pretty famous one. A lot of house tracks back in the days used this. Also they use them today too because it's become so popular. Oh yeah, we got some pads. Oh, I'm sorry, I just noticed I did use more than just M1 and Contact. Not Contact, like the brass library from Contact. I did use Super PSG, the Giants, maybe something else, but we're gonna go through all those. Alright. So we did already cover the brass. It's in the whole track. But I think we can talk about the bell. The bell, it's kind of soaring in the background, mostly, especially in the verse. If we listen to the track here, it got this arpeggio. It's not like the main thing, mostly. We also got this answer here from the bell. And then it just ends with this ARP before it loops. Actually, it took me quite a long time to find a bell sound that I like. And this is also a Korg VST. It's called MS-20. The verse has a lot of these layers in the background, like pads and some piano and we also got this is actually more of a chiptune sound. Sounds like, I don't know, some old Sega Genesis or even Nintendo kind of sound. And I use this VST called Super PSG. This is, well, it's kind of cheap. I don't remember exactly how much you pay for it. Actually, it's more of a donation. It's like $10 and you get this thing from Ali James. He got his own website. But this is great because if you want to emulate that background sound, or even as a lead melody kind of thing, you have this old video game sound, right? And again, I do play around with the volumes here and there. I also got this. This is the lead melody. Sorry. And we got a piano in the background, the giant. So it has a lot of layers. We also got a string saw. This is also M1. It's starting to become one of my favorite libraries for this kind of music. Square lead. The M1. Oh yeah, we also got these soft strings. I love that, the soft string. Electric piano. Also the M1. Really great. Some pads, more pads. It's actually a layer of pads. Oh god. Celestial pad, Ping Wave, all M1, EP pad. So this is more of a layer. That's one pad. This is the other one. And for some reason that I don't remember anymore, I don't put the pad notes everywhere. Like this pad up here has them all. But These other two, they come in once in a while. A clav. This is from a VST called FM8. Sorry. My personal reasoning why I did like pick a clav is because in my mind a lot of Sega Genesis music has this kind of sound. That's why I picked it. But I think I put it on pretty low volume. I did it at least lower it. Alright, so that's pretty much the verse, which is this part. Then we got the pre-chorus here. I think it's here. Or I think it's a repetition. Let's listen to it. Alright, so it's not a repetition, it's a new melody. I love that melody. Alright, so the bass, I think the bass is repeating. Yeah, the bass is just straight up repeating itself. We also got some answer from the brass. And I love that thing. The most interesting part is the new melody. Alright, so I do send those differently. We're not going to talk about the mixing part here. But just know that I do pan my instruments and I do treat them differently with different effects and things like that. Alright. So this is kind of a lot of layers. I'm not sure if, yeah, these locked ones, they're not even used. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 layers. Yeah, 5. Alright, so we got this fuzz lead. And also notice that, sorry, if we look at the piano roll, some notes are up here, some are down here. Yeah, so we got the fuzz lead. Also notice that I do play around with the pitch in this case. This is something you should do in all your music, like just make it more interesting. You can mess around with, I don't know, a volume knob, a pitch knob, a pan knob, vibrato, stuff like that. Like, don't just put in notes and make it static. Try to play around with it. We also got Monopoly. that's just the same reasoning as the clav we heard before. I thought that sounded kind of like Sega Genesis, so that's why I picked it. Also got this. This is... not sure what this is. Alright, so I don't remember what contact library this is, like where I picked it from, but it's the same reasoning. We got some pitch, modulation. Same reasoning, sounds kind of like Sega Genesis, that's why I picked it. Oh yeah, and it was stacked, this one. Alright. This track, I'm sorry, but this is kind of unorganized, like these are just called M1, M1, contact, and whatever. Because I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know what I was going for. Then when I was like finding something I liked, I was just focusing on composing. So that's why it is the way it is. We got Monopoly. Didn't we have this before? Oh yeah, it's... no, we got... yeah, it's called Fat Mono League. I remember specifically that I loved this sound, so I was just like, I'm gonna pick it. It just kind of spoke to me. So it's like a happy accident. Oh yeah. I guess we got a VST called Monopoly. And an instrument from the M1 called the same thing. That's why I was kind of confused. Then we got this. Alright, so we got a couple of layers. We got this one sounding like a spiccato string. Also got this one. This is more of a guitar, distorted guitar. Also got... oh yeah, this is an arpeggio that I just put on top to keep things more interesting. This is not stuff that is in the original. And that's the pizzicato strings from the M1. It doesn't like sound real. We also got fagotto. Kind of sounds like woodwinds. Yeah. One thing you gotta understand with all these instruments is that they try to sound like the real thing, right? So even if this is not like a real woodwind instrument, it's still trying to emulate that. So Not always, but a lot of the times. M1 house piano. Simple chords. And a lot of this is just in the back. Like if we listen to the track. We also got this pad here. Pretty quiet, but it's there. A small detail. Some bells. Alright. Then we can go to the next section before it loops. Let's listen to the audio first. I love that part. Alright, yeah. Sorry, I just love it. Alright, so we got some brass. It's the same reasoning as before, like we got these not so high on velocities because it would kind of destroy everything. But here, I do. I don't remember the reasoning for it, but I guess it's like you want to have a balance between your music. Like you don't want every part to always be loud, but if it's loud sometimes, it's kind of okay. The bass changes here. If I remember correctly, this bass yeah. Not every bass goes that low, but it doesn't matter in terms of like some do, so it doesn't. Yeah. This happens with my orchestral covers too, like sometimes maybe one library can go up here, but the other library can't. So sometimes I just do these kind of things. I don't think it matters too much if it's not that noticeable. We also got some bells. The bells is actually answering to this part here. Like we got the brass, and the bells are answering that and just say dun 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 or something like that. Let's listen to the audio. exactly, so the bells are kind of answering the brass. Let's listen to the bells. And this is just the arpeggio in the original before it loops again. But yeah, so I got some notes, like some chords almost. Actually, this is probably more of a counter melody. But I actually love this part a lot. Masato Nakamura did a great job with that. What else? We got... Alright, let's see what this is. So this is probably... I think one of these sounds are like a sound that I really liked and I just picked it. Yeah, I love this sound. Yeah, I love that sound. This was kind of a big challenge. Actually, this whole track was a big challenge because I don't make this kind of tracks. I usually focus on orchestral music, and that's why this was quite a bit of a challenge. But yeah, so this is just a synth. It's microKORG, and this is, I don't remember what this is called, classic lead. Guitar. Wild thing. This is Wave Station. It's a really great VST, but the thing I don't like about it, it's kind of small. Like the font is kind of small, and sometimes I have to like squeeze my eyes and be like, oh, well, what do you want to pick? Like, but you can search for things, like you can pick the search field and just be like, I want a guitar, I want a piano, I want the bass, synth lead, and stuff like that. Actually, the bell that ended up being the MS-20 was Wave Station for a long time, but I don't like the sound. I don't like how it sounded, so I changed it. We also got, I think we got one more guitar. Oh, this is a piano. Piano and strings, actually. I love that. This is also a piano. This piano kind of sounds like the 80s for me, or to me. So I just like the sound. A lead rock guitar. So yeah. The next thing is these stacked chords, short chords. This is Wave Station and M1. We got pizzicatos, synthetic, but they got a nice punch. We also got cuckoo flute. I don't know what a cuckoo flute is. Like, I don't know if it's a real thing, but I just like the sound. We also got M1, accordion, and yeah, together it sounds like this. That's basically the whole track. The ending here, it's just brass, bass, doing the same thing as the brass, and then it has this kind of run up or fill in notes, this part. I haven't studied music theory that much, so I'm not great with that kind of things. Bell arpeggio before it loops again. That's pretty much the whole track. The percussion isn't that interesting in my opinion. I did try to switch it up a little bit. Also got crashed, sorry. I'll be honest, I don't think the percussion is that great in this track. I don't like the sound too much, and I do think that there's like better libraries for this kind of stuff. But I tried to layer the hi-hat, especially in the beginning. The kick is also layered. We got some toms. I did layer the snare. We got 3 snares, actually. One in the middle, one hard panned to the right, one hard pan to the left. And in the beginning here, you can hear them all. We got a crash that comes in once in a while. So yeah, that's the percussion. I don't think it's that interesting to talk about it more deeply. But once I get better at this genre, I will probably post more about my breakdowns and maybe even talk about the percussion more. In my honest opinion, this is like halfway there. Like, I think it kind of sounds like Tee Lopes, like Sonic Mania, but not fully. There's a lot of things that could be improved, but I think it's a good base, kind of. Also, I haven't seen that many videos talk about Sonic Mania style, like how to write it, and I thought this would be helpful. So I hope this helped some of you guys, and I will see you in the next video, and don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell button so you get notified. If you got any quick questions, just write in the comments. And if there's something that was unclear, just let me know. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.